Hello there, welcome to this learning tutorial. In this learning tutorial, I'll show you how to use Microsoft Access to create reports. Now, in my previous tutorial, I showed you how to create forms. Let me hope you've managed to create your own forms by attempting the tasks that have been given to you by your teacher, and they think you're an expert. Now, here my system is showing forms, so what I will do here, I'll go and choose reports. Now I've already got I think an example here of a report, and now I'll zoom in and you can see, so this is really what a report would look like. So now if I just do an example here and go back to tables, now in my store table, look, this is really how a table would show it, but now look how a report does. So that's the reason we have reports. Reports print off information in a more professional format. So really this is what I'm now going to show you. So if I switch back to reports, now this is the beauty of Access. Often it's easier to get things done using wizards. So I'll go to create. Now I'm not going to create forms, I want to create reports. So I'll go to the report section and I'll choose report wizard. There are many ways. Report wizard is easier for you. Now make sure you choose the right source of this report. Now I'm creating a report for employees, so I want to choose the employees table. If you've got a table, if you've only got a system that only has one thing, then that's very easy. But if you've got a system like for your project which will have many things, so be careful what is the source of this report. The source of this report I'm creating is the employees table, because I want to print off the employees information. Now I'll choose the double arrow because I want to print everything. If you don't want to print everything, then you go with a single arrow which takes one by one. That is really what the difference is. But if you are going for everything, you go for the double arrow. So next, now this is really asking you, do you want to group information? So do you want to do maybe employees number to be separate? Now for simple purposes, just go to the next slide. Some of these things for more advanced systems. Now if you sometime you want to sort your records, for example, ascending order of maybe employees number or employees title or the surname, this time maybe I'll say ascending order of employees number, so that the details are organized in the number of employees. So next, now I prefer to go for landscape when I have many field names, because if you've got many field names and you put them on portrait, you have to do a lot of work to format. So I've learned a trick, go for landscape because it's a bigger space, but you can always change it afterwards anyway. So next, here is the most important thing. I don't want Microsoft Access to format for me my report. I want to do it myself, so please go for none. Go for none because you want to demonstrate that you can customize your own report. So next, give it a name. So I've already got an element called employee TB. I'll call this employee report 2. Always give them names that relate to what they're doing. I'm calling employee report 2 because I've already got, I think, an employee report. So finish. And now here we are. Yes, the report is slightly fair, but a lot is missing. You can see there isn't really a good title. The field names here, employee number and title, are so close to each other. Look, there is a massive gap here. Salary is so next to position, so I have to do a lot of work here. So I want to show you how you can customize this. So I'll go to my layout view like we did for the forms. So there are many ways we can do this. So I'll go for the layout view because it's easier to customize your report. So the first thing I need to do is I need to make sure my title is sensible. So I'll call this employee report, and I will change the title to employee report, because what it tends to do, it tends to give the name of the report as the title, and that shouldn't always be. So I always want to make sure my title is well positioned. I will center it and maybe give it a title. I'll go for my favorite color blue and maybe slightly go for maybe 22 as a title. Now also I will choose my headings by shift key so that I can select them at the same time. You can do it one by one if you want, but to save time I tend to do them at the same time. So bold. Now you can see my field names are all bold. Now the next thing is to create some spaces. So you can see the surname is so close, so I'll now shift it this side, and the first name can maybe come to the right, so that I create some space between the employee number and the title. So what I think I need to do is the employee number maybe can be centered. Sorry, that's a wrong field. So you can see that different formatting does different things. So really I'm now trying to do one by one, so I'll push this way. Now you can see what I'm trying to do is first do the more easiest formatting. Now when customizing a report, sometimes things really are not straightforward. Now what happens, design view of a report is actually more difficult. So if you don't have good experience, sometimes really it's daunting. So for now I'll keep sticking to the layout view, but also you need to be aware that sometimes things won't really be straightforward, so you just have to keep trying. So as you can see, the date employed and position are so close to each other. So what I will now do, maybe if I move the salary this way, I can create some extra space. So store number maybe can come to the right. Now position maybe can also come to the right, but you can see the date employed still following the position. So what I'll now do, click on the date employed. I'll now format this so that it's to the left, and now I'll select the dates, and I'll maybe go for the center. So you can see I have created an extra space. Those are extra things you do through practice. If they don't work out, you try another solution. So I'm not really happy with my position and the store number, so I'll try to create some extra space. So it's all about trial. If things don't work out, try again. So if really I need to now to put maybe a logo on my report, I'll go for my image that I've got here, and see that's a logo. So if now I go to report print preview, look how my report looks like. That is really something that you can print out. A table could not do this. So please, can you have an experience of creating a report by attempting the exercises? If you think you are stuck, come back and look at this report. I also do for you another example in my next tutorial, how to create a report. Good luck. Welcome to this learning tutorial. In this learning tutorial, I'll quickly now show you another example of creating reports. This report I'm going to create is going to print information that is coming from the store. So the table called store is keeping information regarding stores. So what I want to do, I want to print this information, and I want to create a professional report to print this information. So if I switch back to reports, now as I did in the first example, click on create, go and look for the report section, and we need report wizard. Choose the table source. The source I need is called the store. Then I'm taking everything because I want to print off everything. So next, I said for this purpose go for next, don't choose anything here. Now ascending, do you want to sort your information? If you want, go for it. So I'm just going to sort my records using store number. It's up to you. If you don't want to do any sorting, leave it, but for more advanced systems, people tend to do these sorting methods. So next, I'll go for landscape, because if I have got a lot of information, landscape creates enough space for me. But if you don't have many records, or that's many fields, you go for portrait, but I'll just go for landscape for the purpose of demonstrating. Next, I'll go for none. Why? I don't want access to format for me my report. I want to do my own formatting, so I'll go for none. Next, I'll call this one store report 3. Store report 3, because I've got some reports there. Finish, and now here I am. My report is not really professional. It's not yet professional. Look, the store number so next to the street. I want to do customization with my title, so I will click on the report, and then this tool will come here, and I will go for layout view. As usual, I change this title to be more professional. I'm going to call it store report, and I will go for my title to be well customized, center, and maybe choose any color that I want, and the size maybe I'll go for 22, and I'll choose my headings to be bold, and maybe I will center them, or I can leave them where they were. It's up to you what you want to do. Now what I want to do is create some space here. Now you can see I have almost done it. I don't have to do as much as I did in example 1. So you can change the colors here. By the way, you've got some templates here that can do for you a quick job. So if you think you don't have enough time, you can choose the templates to do for you a quick job of formatting. So that's one way of learning how to use Microsoft Access, by practicing. So you can see how different templates. So now I can actually do more work here by formatting this so that they are bold, maybe size maybe 12. Can you see the wizard didn't do everything for me? By the way, you can actually even change the font. If you think you don't like the font, you can go and change the font to whatever you wish. Okay, I'll go for maybe Arial, because I always prefer Arial. It looks simple and clear. So you can see. So those are extra things I want you to practice. When you're happy, can you please do the exercise your teacher has given you, and good luck. But at least now you know how to create a form, you know how to create a report. So now you're an expert, and in your project you have to create a system that uses all these elements. So please, good luck.